We are the Bears Shuffling Crew, shuffling on down, doing it for you. We're so bad, you know we would. Blowing our mind like you knew we should. I forgot the words. I'm always messing up songs, man. I'm sorry. That was my mic check though.
Oh, okay.
They had Walter Payton rap on that song. Like they look so, you know how in the 80s how they all move side to side.
They're gonna be making boom.
What's up, everybody, and welcome.
You did all of that. Okay.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Let's Doc About It. As always, I'm Alan Ford, and with me is
Will Hill.
Yes, and today's documentary is from the series Untold, and it's Operation Flagrant Foul. It's about the referee Tim Donahue, who reffed NBA games, and they said he was betting on the games, but it wasn't just him. It was him and a friend that he met, a childhood friend, and another friend, Tommy Martino, Italian, and then Jimmy. No, it wasn't Jimmy. Was it Jimmy? Yeah, it was Jimmy. Jimmy Batista.
Boba, right? Boba?
Yeah, they call him Baba.
Baba.
Yeah, that's Italian as well. And yeah, it was some mob ties in there. This guy was Tim Donahue. Let's start with Tim Donahue first.
Yeah, he was from Pennsylvania.
That's Philadelphia.
In a small area, what they call Delaware County.
Yes.
And surprisingly, this is the area where a lot of referees come from.
Really?
Yeah, they said that in the beginning.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, they come from Philly.
That was crazy. For like this small area in Philly to produce the most amount of referees, that is like a weird flex.
No athletes, just refs.
It was just a weird flex.
Very flex.
You from Delaware County? Okay, you're a ref. You're a ref. You have great judgment.
And he wanted to be. He loved basketball. He never missed a Sixers game. He wanted to be a referee. And so he had to go through the farm circuit, which I didn't even know they had a farm circuit. They had to go through.
Yeah.
CBA, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know they had a farm circuit. That's new. That was real new. And also he met his wife on a plane because she was a stewardess. She was all right looking, at the time.
Yeah, at the time.
And it was like late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leather
was a thing.
Hey, he had some game because he was like, no, I'm going to sit up here for this flight and sit with you. She's like, no, you're not. And he sat next to me.
Well, you also learn women like when you go against what they say. Well,
put an asterisk. Put an
asterisk. Nothing sexual with that. Just other things. Okay.
We cleared that up.
We cleared that up. We
won't get sued.
Yeah, it's not the second time because Steven almost got us in trouble on that episode too. But yeah.
All right. Anyway.
But yeah, so yeah, he gets called to the NBA. Happiest day of his life. Yeah. And then he starts getting into it with all these refs. There's some refs you might know. Crawford.
Yeah.
Crawford,
I think he's
the oldest one. I think he's still gone.
I think he is the poster child when you think NBA refs.
Yes.
Crawford is.
Joey Crawford, yep. And Steve Foster.
Yeah.
The guy who cheats Chris Paul out of everything. He always ref. He didn't ref no CP3 games last playoffs, but he always ref Chris Paul playoff. And him and Chris Paul get into it all the time.
I think it confirmed a lot of biases people think that refs can have against certain players, which I wasn't surprised with that because everybody's human. Everybody has their thing with, sometimes people just rub you a certain way. Would you be quicker to say that they did something? Of course. Yes. You know what I'm saying? So it's just life. It just goes to show, be nice to everybody. You never know.
And then some of that stuff we already knew, like when they cater to stars, like you see Jordan.
We watched so many instances where Jordan would go to people like, he fouling me. And the dude was like, if you say so, Michael, I guess.
Yeah. He got it. And then LeBron he takes off running before he dribbles. He does it all the time. He's been doing it 20 years. I mean, nobody calls travel on this man when he does it.
You got to realize it is a business first.
Business first, yes.
They're all about making money first.
Right.
Fuck the goddamn competitive nature of the game.
That's stupid.
Which one is making us more money? It's not stupid. It's a business.
Hey,
if you want pure sportsmanship, go to your local club, your local gym, and play basketball.
Hey, the officiating was way better in the bubble than it is outside the bubble. Because the basketball was better, but
because in the bubble they can really contain how much shit they was actually doing.
Yeah, they can say anything. They said a lot. But yeah, so Tim Donahue, he got inside from all these referees. about like how some of these refs hated
other
other
how they
players.
hated other players, other teams,
having an
other
agenda
coaches.
with them.
And you just kind of knew that they were going to lean more heavy on the whistle for certain games against certain people.
Yeah, some of the stuff I knew when we talked about Mo Cheeks. Yeah, Mo Cheeks was a terrible coach. I kind of figured that. No NBA players. Mo Cheeks as a head coach was terrible.
Terrible
He was
idea.
awful. He was just, he was really awful.
I'm just saying, it was
watching him.
terrible idea.
He was
Like-
just awful. And like refs would have certain agendas, get players. Mainly, Allen Iverson was one of them. And they would try to get him for palming. That's not even a call in the NBA anymore. Just come on now. That's how he dribbles. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. But then they would they would get from the higher ups. This is when David Stern was in office, by the way. And he was in live. R.I.P. to David Stern.
R.I.P. David Stern.
And they would get calls from upstairs to let them know, like, watch this player do this. Michael Jordan did a basic spin move that he always does.
Off his pivot foot, which I don't understand the whole rationale behind that one.
Okay, he said pivot foot. I understand the basketball now, Will. Yeah, but that shit was crazy. It's like, okay, now he knowing inside stuff. But with that inside, he was giving out, let's start with Batista. Baba.
Yeah.
Let's call him Baba.
It started off with just him and Jimmy. That was his best friend.
Yeah, him and not Jimmy.
Tommy.
Tommy was his best friend.
It started off Tim and Tommy.
Yes.
TNT. Dynamite. Okay. It started off with just them two, and Tim was never intricately involved in the actual betting, especially on for basketball stuff.
He was just.
But Tom, right, and then Tom went through. Baba?
Yeah.
Went through Baba to actually make the bet. And Baba was part of a ring they called themselves the Animals.
Because he didn't like Tim. Because
Tim didn't like him because he knew
neither one of them liked each other.
I don't think Baba had anything against Tim Donahue. It was Tim who knew what Baba did,
right,
and couldn't be associated with him.
Right.
Just the association would put him under scrutiny.
Right. And then they would ask, well, what was it? It was a nickel was $500.
A dime
was $1,000.
Right.
And then
a stick
was
$100,000.
$100,000. And then a balloon was $1 million. So if you're doing balloons out here,
he said he only dealt with sticks and balloons.
It was sticks is like, God
shit.
damn, I gotta.
I mean, because a nickel, I'm not doing.
And this is when gambling was scary.
It still is. Not
like that. Not like that. It's legal.
No, you could. It's that.
You had a bookie. This when you had somebody threaten you.
It's still going on.
Like that?
It's higher odds when you're dealing with bookies.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, they got to do something to undercut the casino.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, well. Yeah, like break your kneecaps.
Yeah, so it's higher odds when you deal with bookies. They still around. Don't think it's gone because it's illegal. It's still illegal in a lot of places.
Yes.
So.
And Batista, a.k.a. Baba, was part of the Animals, which that's a terrible name for a gambling crew. You said that?
Yeah.
Oh, I probably missed that part. That's still a terrible name for a gambling crew.
No, I don't think so.
The Animals?
You still have to have some type of intimidation about you. So if you know to act like fucking wild animals, people tend not to fuck with you.
Did they threaten people? I think people paid on time.
I think they had to threaten people if they had. I mean, they would if they had to.
Well, Batista was also perks, cocaine. He said, "Get an 8 ball a day."
8 ball a day.
That's just, God damn.
Yeah, he was fat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy because like he looked so much more intimidating than skinny. Skinny and old.
Fat.
He looked so much more intimidating.
Doing all them damn drugs and was still fat. I don't know.
That's good living.
But
that's good living. So like they was making bets based on the outcome. So Tim the whole time denies any point shaving, any fixing of the games. He was giving Tommy who he thought was going to win based on who was reffing and how they was going to ref and based on any insider knowledge that he had. Oh, so-and-so is injured. He's not going to play. Oh, so-and-so is not, checked in for the game or stuff like that. So he was giving out the knowledge of who was likely to have the game in their favor before it was made public. I mean, this is pre-internet. So, like, you just can't type in something or it's
not really pre-internet.
Before the internet, it is what it is now.
Okay.
The powerhouse of information, right? The team would tweet out if a person's not playing. You know what I'm saying? And the whole world would know instantly. It was not readily available like that.
Right.
So he was getting that inside information and making decisions off that. And they were betting thousands of dollars, $2,000-$3,000. Baba noticed the trend and was betting $100,000, $200,000, and making bank off these butts.
And Tim would get 2,000 every correct one.
No, I was talking about before Baba broke up with the Animals.
Right.
Before. They were basically 10 times when they bet.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he noticed the trend and was making money off of it, man.
And then how he came across Tim, because he was asked, because some dude would always get nickels, and then he would come back
Tommy,
and start getting balloons. It's like, he would not balloons, he would get sticks, right?
Dimes.
Oh yeah, because he
was doing $500 bets.
You're right.
And now all of a sudden he doing $2,000-$3,000 bets. He was like, "Yo, this ain't." You know what I'm saying?
This ain't you. How you doing?
He ain't winning like this to be up in his bets like that.
Like,
but
something ain't right here. And so he figured it out, and then he called Martino, Tommy. Jimmy called Tommy. And Tommy talked to Tim.
Yeah.
And then they just went like that, and they was making right.
Tommy was the middleman. Tim never wanted to associate himself with Baba.
So it's like over 2 years. So from 06 to about 08.
Okay.
At that time, LeBron was in his peak. D-Wade won the ring with the Heat.
Right.
San Antonio won in 07. They swept LeBron in the finals when he was with the Cavs. Then 08, the Celtics won.
Which they did verify. I ain't gonna say not verify that they want games to go longer, right? I think we all thought that. We all thought like
I never
this
thought
should have been
that.
a sweep. I did.
I never thought that.
Man, sometimes shit should be a sweep, and you be like, bruh, they go win one game just so it's a 5-game series, so they can make more money in TV ad revenue.
I hate
it. Only make money, and when you follow the money, the shit makes sense.
Well, then if they didn't want that happen in 2018 and 2017, they shouldn't have let Kevin Durant go to the fucking Warriors. Everybody knew they were going to win. I didn't think they were going to sweep the Cavaliers like that, because you got to think, in 2017, they won one game. They had still defending champions with the Cavaliers. 2018, they probably would have lost that series if Cleveland didn't lose game one. Because we all know that's when J.R. Smith didn't call a timeout because he's stupid. But that's a whole other thing. But other than that, I never believed that. I was like, oh, damn, they probably just won a game. I'm thinking somebody going to win a game. Like, it's hard to get swept in the NBA.
I don't know, man. To me, the NBA has such, I'm speaking of it now, such a power dynamic. Teams at the bottom, they're at the bottom. Teams at the top, they're at the top. It's not really spread out. It's not really even.
That's a reason if a team at the bottom.
I understand that. So if a top team, the 1 seed playing the 8, that should be a sweep almost each and every time.
Not really.
Out the East.
Normally an 8 seed has nothing to play for.
Out the East, come on.
In the East at that time? Okay, maybe. Wait, at that time it was different.
Okay. Whatever. We're not talking about this.
Yeah, we're not talking about this. But yeah, I didn't believe that. But then if you have like insight,
right?
Like if a
That's
coach
insider trading.
If a ref doesn't like a coach,
yeah,
and all that shit, it's like
little stuff like that. And he was what they say that was right like 75% of the time.
Mm-hmm. They went 37-10 out of 47 games.
Bro, I'm betting it all each rip. If I'm out of, what do you say? Out of how many games?
30. They have 47. So they went 37-10 out of 47 games.
Right, yeah, I'm betting
That's
it all.
78%.
I'm betting it all the time.
That's
like, if I'm come on,
I'm betting it all. And it was always games he would ref.
No, it wasn't.
I think it was most games it was ref. He would ref. No, it wasn't. Mm-hmm. Then he didn't. Well, because I think when he first got the job, they said the refs couldn't gamble on nothing.
Yeah,
but they were doing it anyway.
Of course, everybody was doing it.
Yeah, they were going to the casino. They were doing all that shit.
No, I think they could no sports betting, no sports at all, but they could go to the casino, play blackjack and shit.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
But they were betting on golf and all that shit.
Yeah, slowly. It's like when you first get a job, you do everything by the rules, and then when you realize the rules are bullshit, you can get around it. You go do it. Like,
yeah, but it's kind of crazy. Cause I bet you the players were betting on games too.
Of course, the NFL they got players. Jordan,
oh yeah, Jordan. Yep. No, I don't think he bet on games.
I don't know. I can't confirm.
But that shit was crazy. And then Batista had ties with the mob. That's how this nigga got caught.
Of course. I mean, even though he wasn't intrinsically with the mob, I mean, he knew mob people. And of course, you want to kick up to the big guys because what he was trying, he basically, his reason for kicking him with the mob was you can't make that amount of money and not kick up to somebody. So, of course, he's going to do what he can, say what he can to be in that favor. It's a fucking mob. Of course you do. Who wouldn't want to be in the good graces of a goddamn mob?
Right. But he denies it to this day, mainly because he was on perks, did an 8-ball a day. When you're on that many drugs, you don't really remember a lot of shit.
No, I think he denies a lot of it because, again, he was not in the mafia. He was an outside associate.
Associate with the mafia. Accessory of crime with the mafia.
Not all the time.
Hey, are you with the mafia right now? With the mob? Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So you don't know how it is, all right?
Are you with the mafia?
I watch a lot of mob movies.
That don't make you in the fucking mafia.
That doesn't make me, I know, but I've seen how it works. It works like that. The FBI is going to put you as an associate with the mafia. If you helping the mob make money.
All right, back to Tim Donahue.
This is the same thing. It's Batista. If you helping the mob make money, you're guilty. But he only got in trouble for not because they like wiretapped him. That's how they found out.
They didn't wiretap him at first. They wiretapping the mob family, and then they came up because they was making so much money.
The mob. I knew they were making a lot of money if they're going to the strip club, handing paper bags of money out, going to the strip club, then going to the good strip clubs too. They said they were going to the good strip clubs. Brown paper bag money. You only hear that in rap songs.
Nah, they was living that shit.
In public though, that's how you get the money. In public.
Hey, if you got it like that,
it
ain't stunting if you got it.
That sound like a rap lyric right there.
So then, okay, it was. So then, Baba ended up breaking up with his crew, the Animals.
Yes.
So Baba was like, "Man, I'm still gonna make this money though. I know who making the money." Went to Tommy and was like, "Yo, I need to meet with Tim." Basically, breaking off and doing his own thing. Tim. So they never spoke his name on the phone, right? So I'm guessing wiretaps is something that they know people do,
right? So
he basically had to lie to Tim to get them to meet.
And they kept meeting at the Marriott too. Was that weird?
I think most probably just stay local.
It's like that was weird. They kept meeting at the Marriott. Why at the Marriott though? They could meet anywhere. I figure if I was doing that, I would meet in like a real mob location, like the dump.
You can't go where they expecting you to be. I mean, they not mobsters. None of them were mobsters.
Hey, if you're gambling, you don't want to be wired. You still gotta be suspicious about being wiretapped.
Still, okay.
Like it got dumber and dumber as it went along.
I didn't think so. I thought what they was doing was very smart. How they was doing it was just as smart.
Right.
Sometimes you just get caught up. It is what it is.
It is. And then so they get caught. The FBI gets involved.
Right.
And Tim instantly died. I'm gonna get caught. So he told on everybody.
No, that's not how I felt. It went down.
He told. Hey, he still went to jail. It sucks when you tell and still go to jail for 15 months.
Because they got to Tommy first.
Yeah.
Showed up at his house. And
who wore a fedora? Which I'm glad that douchebag got caught. He wore a fedora and a chain. That made me mad a little bit. So, what the fuck is this guy? What is he doing? Yeah, but they got him, and then Tim knew he was going to get caught. You know you're getting caught when you call your lawyer and say,
yes.
"Hey man, we gotta."
That's what you should do. Well, I fucked up. I need you to get me out this shit.
Yes,
that's what you should do.
And his lawyer told him, "Just confess."
But which I think, quite honestly, was with. I almost want to say was within his best interest, right? But you could tell they had the I want to say the mafia mentality of raspberry or blueberry or whatever.
Cranberry.
Shut the fuck up. I don't know the association between cranberry and shutting the fuck up, but that's what they think.
They did a lot of code. Yeah, he said cranberry.
Okay,
cranberries, and so they used a lot of code. Like they used his two brothers.
Yeah, for home and away.
Home and away. So I think
they knew
Gary
what they was doing was illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you talking in code on the phone, it's illegal.
They knew it. It wasn't no secret. Tim didn't think he was doing something right.
Yeah, he's not. But he
got the shit end of the deal though, because Baba was betting 100,000, 200,000, millions on games.
And he got 2,000.
And he got 2,000 for every right pick. But I guess
money he didn't even need, by the way. If you make
Yeah, he was-
200,000 a year, especially if you get a playoff bonus,
Yeah.
and you're doing your job.
He was
right,
living well off.
You don't need that shit.
it's the thrill. That's what
That's
it is.
what he got out
That's
of
why a lot of people get stuck like in trouble gambling. The thrill of hitting it big, which most people don't.
Right.
The people who do hit it big, they have been at it for a while. No one goes in, hit a slot machine, bet one bet. You know
And
what I'm saying?
it's funny hearing people who do stuff wrong, how they got started to do shit wrong.
What do you
Like
mean?
Tommy said, he saw some bird shit on a
Yes,
cage and licked it. And it's like, I don't think that was right, and I just got hooked on the thrill. What the fuck does that mean?
That was so pointless and very irrelevant.
You just licking shit off of a...
It wasn't even a dare.
It wasn't.
He was just like,
He was by himself.
what does bird eat?
What does that taste like? What?
And I've been on a path to crime the whole time.
See, at least Batista has a legit story. He graduated high school. He wasn't doing much. He was waiting.
Yeah, and seeing his
Mobsters.
Yeah.
And then he got stuck in it, just like a scene off of Goodfellas.
Yep.
That's how I got started. And it's like, all right, his makes sense.
He was working hard, watched the dude make a bet.
He wasn't licking shit. Like, I
That was
get
strange.
used
That
to
was
this.
that was so unnecessary. I don't Tell me like you
That's what he says. Like, man, I love the thrill of just doing stuff that's not right. What the fuck does that mean?
It mean what it meant. I'd have never admitted that on camera
Oh man.
or in person.
Hey, he was
Or
just
at all.
he was being you got to say something that's the truth so people can believe he trying to tell the truth here, but
Bruh,
just stupid.
that was dumb.
But he get caught. The NBA cooperated with the investigation as they should.
I think we missing some points. I feel like
What we miss? What we miss? We didn't miss.
how we get to
So we talk about the
They
wiretap.
started with the wiretap, heard their name over the phone,
Right.
and then that's when the FBI opened up Operation Flagrant Foul.
Yes.
And I was like, they said it.
That's it. Oh, they said the title. Of
They
this
said the
title.
So so then they started investigating. Like, oh, I guess we did. They went to Tommy's house first.
Tommy's house.
Tommy told Tim like the third time he met up
Right.
with him. He was like, "What the fuck? Why you waiting to?"
And I think they had a problem with the FBI agent going to the NBA because they wanted to keep it under wraps. I think
Of course,
Yeah,
of
they
course.
wanted to keep it under wraps. But the NBA was David Stern was like,
David Stern played no games. He was
Okay.
he was like, "All right, we in it."
we in it.
So they did what they had to do. I think the NBA played it out very nicely. Control what you can control. You don't
Right.
worry about nothing else. They went in and Tim confessed. He was going to wire up. And then somehow the shit got leaked.
Okay. He was on front page.
Somehow the shit got
Tommy said some kid came to me. I'm sitting there. He said he was sitting there at a pub eating. He looking, see his face on the TV. So kid came up.
with the
He was on the front page of the paper. The newspaper. Do they still make newspaper?
They do.
Okay. The newspaper, and he signed it. And he laughed at that. You know,
As he should. I would.
you lick bird shit, you become retarded. But he signed it, and then it started going all over the place. I remember when that story. I was like 18 when that story came out.
I was never really into like watching professional sports like that. I remember hearing it and be like, huh. I didn't really care though.
Yeah, I didn't see it. It's like calls get missed sometimes. I just always thought calls get missed. Like
Yeah, they're human.
Yeah, it's like that shit happened. But then they said there's probably point shaving, and he was really. I don't think he was point shaving though.
No, he never admitted to doing anything in game to influence the outcome.
But if you got inside tips, you kind of.
That's insider trading. You can't even do that in stocks.
No, you can't. That's illegal. That's how Wolf on Wall Street. But that's
Yeah.
another thing. And then the NBA, and then they said, well, Batista had dirt on the NBA and all the refs. He said, I'm out all these people out. He told David Stern, I'm out all these people out. Then I guess his lawyer got a call from somebody, and he only got charged for the illegal
gambling.
Yeah, he only got charged for the illegal gambling.
He didn't get
not the
charged with
wiretap.
the wiretap
But
or
he still got
wire
got
fraud.
a year in jail. He had to go to rehab.
Yeah,
and
15
stuff
months.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody still got 15 months. So I don't understand.
No, Tommy got a year and a day.
Yeah.
You know, when they give you that day, that means you have to do a full year. You can't get out early.
He got a year and a day. And then Tim got 15 months.
Which was not bad.
Not bad.
Which is crazy because Tim was like, 15 months. But Baba was like, "Oh my God, 15 months."
and most people say prison is prison. No, he didn't go to no actual prison.
Yeah, it was feds.
Yeah, he went to. Yeah, he was in the safe part of prison.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I think he was.
Any
He was
part
in
of
the
the prison
white
safe?
part of prison, brother. He's in the white part of prison. Okay, he wasn't with the rapists and the murders. All
Probably
right?
not.
He's just gambling, and probably got out early. He didn't. I don't think he did the whole.
Fair time, you got to do like 90%.
90%.
Yeah.
Well, he still got out early
Okay.
because he didn't do the whole 15. If it's 90, he didn't do the whole 15.
Man, a year? What's a year?
12 months.
Okay.
What?
I knew that.
What's a year in prison? I don't want to experience.
Compared to 2025. What's a year?
You think he got raped?
No.
Okay, that was another thing. I was wondering that. Just like, did he get raped? No, he didn't. But his wife left him. That's kind of.
Did she leave?
Yeah, she left him. She divorced him. She wanted a divorce.
I remember, that they filed papers, but
I don't know if it got final or anything.
Yeah, right.
But he back on his feet. He found other ways. I figured he put some of that money up that he didn't tell us.
Because he only admitted to $40,000.
Which it's more than 40. If he had 2,000 each win. They had 37 wins. That's more than $40,000.
It's 60.
That's more than.
It's 80.
That's about 80. Yeah. And who knows how much more? And plus,
wait.
He got his pension too when he got fired, so they gave him his pension too. So he still had money saved over.
But he said every time he would go deliver the two, whatever, he would give Tommy some too.
Tommy some of the 2,000?
Yeah. Remember Tommy was like, every time I take him the bag, he would always give me some.
So, okay, I missed that part. So let me get this straight. The person who made the most money got the least amount of jail time
because he shut the fuck
dirt.
up. No, all you gotta do is shut the fuck up. Because if you go to trial, so much comes out in trial.
Right.
Because you can ask so many more questions. So that's why he was like, y'all copped out for nothing. Tommy was like, he was cool. He was going to stand up. But then, like, they wanted to put his mom on trial. She had cancer. Yeah. Right? He didn't care about his brothers. They young. They able to do what they had to do. But he ain't want his mom to get called up. That's the tactics, you know what I'm saying, that the DA and stuff go play. We're going to put everybody up. You know what I'm saying? We're going to put your grandma up. I know she died 2 years ago, but we're going to make her say, you know what I'm saying?
So the cokehead made the most sense out of that.
Because he was a criminal.
Oh,
when you're a criminal, you know the law.
When you're in the mob, you know the law.
So like, if he went to trial, they pretty much would have had to interview each and every ref.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be long and drawn out. And like they said, once you lose integrity, you know what I'm saying, it's over with.
Yeah.
Once they be like, oh, the refs really are influencing the game. The refs really are making side bets. So this is not a competition of who's the better team. Why continue to watch? Like you mentioned earlier, I think off camera, it'd be like, now it's the WWE. It's scripted. Just go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what it is.
Hey, Vince McMahon out here doing it all. He doing it all. That makes you think, where would the NBA be?
I don't think it had the same
people
relevance.
Still think like that, though.
I mean, people been thinking like that.
When you lose.
I've heard people be like, oh, it's a magnet and a ball. No way they hitting them shots. I was like, man, just shut the fuck up.
That's the dumbest shit I've
heard it.
I still believe that Game 7 shit is stupid.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers just, it's a playoff series. It's tiring as shit. Most people figure you out because you're playing against the same team.
People. Right.
They figure you out. So I don't think they extend it for more money. It'd be good for the NBA, but the way the NBA makes more money, they add in-season tournaments and shit that they don't need to add.
Right. I mean, because the more important the game, the more people show up to it, the more you could charge for ad revenue. That's all it is. The NBA ain't nothing without the ad placements.
Right. And yes, that is true. And then it's just, hey, that's what it is. But he got back on his feet afterwards with he refs wrestling matches when he needs to. Real estate.
I think he just used his name and it's Tim and now he's a prop for stuff like that. But most of his money comes from real estate.
His name worked? I don't think his name worked like that, no. Well,
we wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah, it's been like 14 years. It's been 14 years. Yeah,
we would not still be talking about it. You can bring up Tim Donahue in a lot of places and people still know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, that Batista dude a bitch. I don't care what nobody says.
Baba?
Yeah.
Why you call him a bitch?
Yeah, man, I don't like him, man.
He's a stand-up guy. He ain't want to tell, but like
stand-up drug addict, man. He don't remember half that shit. He does not. He does. They said it was 3 different stories in that Marriott. He remembers. I don't think he really comprehends any of it.
Yeah, he said he never threatened him. Like, come on.
Yeah, come on, man. You threatened him. You part of the mob. You seen how it works. You seen how it works. I never threatened him. Yes, you did. You
All right,
threatened
man.
him.
We at the 30-minute mark. What's your rating?
Yeah, I always let you do that part. My rating, I'll give this a 4.
A 4?
Yeah, it was entertaining. I was into it, and then just the Batista thing made me mad. And then the Tim Donahue was like, I remember when that story came out, but
Yeah.
And then again, you can't say he was point shaving because referees missed calls here and there. Some of them, unless you reffing for Alabama football. Other than that happens. But other than that, I give it a 4. I was enjoyable.
I give it a whole entire 5.
Really?
I do.
The first 5 of
because it was
the
entertaining.
podcast.
It was entertaining, and it left me with no questions.
No question.
I'm not wondering what somebody thought about this, other than the NBA. But you could pretty much formulate your own opinion about that.
Okay. Well, with the first 5, I'm gonna just put a 5 on the screen. On the thing. Like it's gonna be when you say 5, I'm gonna just freeze frame it and just put I got 5 on it.
Oh, okay.
No, we might get sued for that.
No, I give it a 5 because it left me with no doubts about how somebody was thinking. You know what I'm saying? To me, if it's gonna be a doc, it needs to be as informative as possible.
Yes,
and they got all the major players to sit down and talk.
And they talked about it. Well, not all of them. David Stern.
I mean, except the NBA. No, the NBA has this position.
No, they didn't get David Stern to talk though.
I mean, no, I think that'll be difficult for the host.
Yeah, you did. They could have got Adam Silver.
Fuck no. The NBA's not going to talk. So
He was there.
He was able to formulate your own opinion.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
so I give it a 5
no questions. It was good.
because it was extremely informative. You got to look and a look inside of their minds of what they was thinking. I felt like all 3 of the guys were pretty honest about what happened. Except Tim, we'll never know how much he made, but that's how it should be.
He don't even tell nobody that.
Right, take that to your grave.
He obviously made a nice chunk. I feel like he made the money and then put it away.
I'm surprised
Because I don't think they took the
yeah,
they didn't take none of the assets or anything. So
I was surprised.
So he probably put some of that money away, and he still got his pension, and he probably put some of the money he made from reffing away.
And real estate, he said
Yeah.
real estate and stocks. So he was
Right.
still being Caucasian as fuck.
Right. He still got a family.
He
to
was
take
never a
care
criminal.
Of. Never. He's
a felon.
He just got caught. He just got caught gambling. We all get caught doing something we ain't supposed to, like licking bird shit. Well, nobody else was outside when he did that. I'm really shocked about that.
All right, man, wrap it up.
All right. That concludes this. That concludes this episode of Let's Talk About It. As always, my name is Alan Ford. Follow me on social media at Ford of Comedy. And
I'm Will Hill. Y'all can follow me everywhere. Simply just Will.
Yes.
What's the next doc?
The next documentary, I will let you know about that.
We'll keep you posted.
We will keep you posted on that. But make sure y'all answer the questions on the Spotify. I always put the questions on. Let us know what documentary you want us to watch. Answer the polls if you can for us. Give us some real insight. And yeah, that's it.
100%. Do it.
It's on the beat, make it boom.